Brian Eli with the National Civil War Naval Museum, Collections Manager.
And hi, I'm Logan Barrett, historian here at the National Civil War Naval Museum.
We brought out some artifacts that we haven't exhibited to the museum until now.
And these objects today are really indicative of the ways that the sailors would entertain themselves on board ships during the Civil War.
Well, the first artifact that I'd like to share with you is called the concertina, or the squeeze box. This was a very popular instrument at the time of the Civil War. The neat thing about this instrument is that it is easily portable. It is made of leather, wood, some textile, and also some bone for the keys. It consists of 8 folded leather bellows. And what you do is when you put your hands inside of the straps like here, you expand it and contract it. And what it does is it forces air across a reed, and then you get a certain tone. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate once for you. The object is roughly about the size of a basketball, weighs around 3 pounds, and its origins are traced back to Germany, and it was made from a factory in Saxony near the border of the Czech Republic.
Now, musical items such as this are really indicative of the popularity of music on board ships during the period. Now, some of the popular songs of the period include classic sea shanties such as Sugar in the Hold, but also during the Civil War, some songs were written to celebrate victories of sea. Famous songs representing battles such as the Battle of New Orleans, for instance. Now, larger ships during the period would actually have musicians on board, with that being their primary role on board the ship. Some of these larger ships even had upwards of a 6-man band. Now, smaller ships tended to have crew members that would be playing more travel-sized instruments, such as what we have for you today, but also banjos or fiddles.
The next 3 objects are game-oriented, and these would have been objects that you would have found commonly on a ship. The first set of objects is a complete set of 28 dominoes. What you have is each domino is actually 2-layered. On the back you have some ebony wood, and in the front you have a thin veneer which was made of bone, and there was a small rivet right in the center that held the dominoes together. And then the next object that we have is very small, and you should be kind of familiar with. They're just simply 6-sided dice, except back in the time of the Civil War they were much smaller. These particular dice were only about 1/3 of an inch, and they were also carved from bone. And what they would do is that certain animals that were common for livestock, such as sheep or cows, they would carve them from the ankle bone. And then another and last object that we have that you're probably very familiar with is the deck of cards, the 52 set deck of cards, which would have been made of paper, and the games that they played in the past at the times of Civil War were similar to the ones that they played today.
Now, all of these game pieces here are really representative of the multiple gambling games that the men would play on board the ships. Now, card games included poker, euchre, and faro. Domino games included board as well as draw. And then finally with dice, chuck-a-luck would be a popular game. Now, while all these games were played for money, technically Article 7 of the United States Naval Regulations, passed in 1862, made gambling illegal on ships, punishable by court-martial. However, it was still a regular occurrence. Now, these games helped entertain the sailors, socialize with crew members, and maybe with a little skill and luck, make a little money.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.
And follow our other social media platforms, as well as visit our website at portcolumbus.org.